some music. I hate silence. Okay, I'm going to record. So welcome, guys. Let me hit record first. Okay, welcome, guys. My name's Lauren. I believe it is Monday, the 8th of August. Not quite sure how it got to be the 8th of August, but that it is. If you're brand new to the team, welcome, massive welcome to you. I've been a part of the Juice Plus community and business now for 2 years, or a little over 2 years now. I joined in May of 2014, and it's been a crazy journey. I was actually the first person that Adam ever introduced it to. I worked in his studio as a PT at the time, and also did a bit of admin on the side for him as well. So Adam and Kira are taking some time with family right now, so I am hosting tonight for you guys, so hopefully I can do it justice and do it well. Tonight is the Start Strong call, so it's really aimed at people that are brand new to the business, and helping you guys on that first main step, and I guess getting to SDVF with what we call SC in mind. So, you know, hopefully you know why you're here. I think that's really important in the beginning to know why you're here. It's all well and good to, I guess, join the business, and the how-to we can teach you, and I'm going to teach you part of it tonight, but I think the why is really important. Like, what brings you here? What is your big vision for this? What is your short-term vision for this? You know, if you ask yourself, I guess, what would an extra $500 to $1,000 do for you and your family right now? And then obviously it grows from there. But that first main position that we like to talk about is SDVF with SC in mind. And I'm here, sorry, to talk a little bit about how we help you achieve that. Now, for me, when I came into this business, I got that this was about helping people. And, you know, not just from a health perspective, but definitely helping people that wanted more out of life, that wanted more time freedom, that wanted more, I guess, money at the end of the month instead of the other way around. And so I really got in the beginning that this was about building team from the very beginning. So if you want a retail profit store, you know, if you want to just earn retail profit, that's awesome. Go and build a really large customer base. But, you know, to build that residual income, you know, the money that keeps coming in, it really is about building a team and linking arms with people, helping them get what they want out of this. And in turn, you know, you get what you want, and you start to build, you know, a residual income check. You start to build commission, and you start to help other people do the same. The more and more people, the more you understand, the more and more people you help on a continual basis, you know, the more and more you're going to get out of this business in the long term. And residual income, I like to, I guess, describe it as is, you know, the fruits of your labor now, the fruits of your labor, you know, 6 weeks ago, 6 months ago, 6 years ago, they're going to add up, and you're going to be rewarded for that. Okay. Because it's not about what you do today. You know, it's about what you do on a consistent basis. But I'll talk a little bit more about that in the other call that we're doing tonight at 8. But tonight is really helping you start strong in your business. So if I was to tell you, you know, you could earn anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 in your first 30, 60, 90 days, would that be appealing to you? You know, my answer in the beginning was yes. Like, could you teach me how to do that? And really that's helping you set up for SDVF with that SC in mind, and helping you get that strong start in your business. Now, have people been successful that haven't got a strong start? Yes. Okay, definitely. And it's not the end of the world if you don't get there in the time allotted. But really, to set yourself up for momentum and to keep it building, it really is important to get the fundamentals down from the beginning. And then we're going to hear from an amazing mama, Lauren Farrow, in this business, and a little bit about how she got to SDVF. So I'm going to explain it on my trusty whiteboard for you. Okay, and really help you nut out and understand, okay, how you can achieve that SDVF position. Now, we know, okay, in the beginning of this business, okay, that our products equal points, and points equal digits in your bank account. Okay, make sure everyone's on mute. Awesome. So products equal points, and then points equal money in your bank account. Okay, so I want you to get your head around, how many points are each product worth. So we have, I always think in the beginning, it's really important for you as a franchisee, okay, to be a product of the product. Number one, okay, I wouldn't take something and recommend it to people without really feeling the benefits and the effects of myself. Okay, and you get to share your story, because it is awesome to share what you're excited for in the beginning and share other people's stories, but there is nothing more powerful than your own story. Okay, so in the beginning, being really important. So the premium capsules, yeah, they're worth 352 points. So if you write down, now I always really encourage my team to have a little book, okay, that they dedicate to tracking their points, because the VO is amazing. Okay, the VO is there to help us and really, has all the numbers. But sometimes it can take ages to update because we're on American time, and sometimes it can go a little bit crazy like it is at the moment. And so for peace of mind, I really help people have a little tracking sheet. So you track yourself to SDVF, and guess what? That's duplicatable and it's easy for people to get their head around. So premium equals 352 points. Then we have our completes. Now, I think, again, being a product of the product, we only have 2 products for now. Yeah, we only have our complete and our capsules, and then we have our kids' chewies on the side as well. Okay, so it really is important to, again, know where these fit into your life so you can share that and share results with other people. So these are our complete powders. Now you can order 60 complete, okay, which is 205. Oh, yeah. Being part of the business for 2 years, yeah, you don't need to know how to do it. So 60 complete is 205, and then you've got 120 complete, which is 410. So depending on how you use these, depends on how, you're going to order them. So for me, I get 120 in premium because I have one most days. So 120 lasts me for 4 months, as well as my 4-month supply of capsules, okay, because I'm taking one and they work into my life for breakfast. When I was a PT and getting up early, I wasn't eating in the morning. I wouldn't eat anything until about 11:30, midday. So for me, these were a lifesaver. I'd have them on the car on the way to work. And now, I think it's just a habit. I still have a smoothie every morning. So for me, they work into my life every single day. But it's really important to be a product of the product, okay, and take both. So keeping that in mind, if that's what our products are worth, okay, having that in a little cheat sheet, and then you track your way to SDVO. So we know that the first little level to get your $100 bonus, okay, is 1,000 points. So to get 1,000 points, 352 for the capsules and either 205, okay, or 410. So if you order both products and get one other person to order both products, guess what? First bonus is done. 1,000 points, that gets you to what we call DVF, okay? And at DVF, if you do it within 10 days, you get a $100 bonus, okay? So that sets you up. You've got pretty much your money back for your business. Now it's completely risk-free. At the end of the day, you're getting retail profit back off your own product, okay? And you're getting retail profit back off your one customer's product as well. If they, so 1 + 1, I always say it's your order, so your premium and your shakes, plus 1 order of premium and shakes. So depending on what your customer orders, you might need 2 customers. So that's your first 1,000 points, okay? And then this business is about teaching other people. So share the benefits like you were to share the benefits of the product, okay? I really think benefits sells, not the features. Yeah, people don't give a crap about, fruits and veggies in a capsule. They don't think they need it. They don't know anything about it. Okay, but they like the benefits of energy or clear skin or whatever it's done for you or what you're excited for. And then sharing the benefits of the business with other people. Think about people in your life that resonate with you. Think about mamas. Think about single dads. Think about hardworking corporate people. Think about people in your life that this could potentially help. And ask your upline, hey, how would I reach out to this person? Or hey, how would I attract my first couple of team members? and say you got 3 people that wanted exactly what you wanted, yeah, more money, more freedom, more time freedom, whatever it is, okay, and then I'm going to just call them 1, 2, and 3 because that's how much my brain is switched on today. I can't even think of letters. And you helped them do exactly the same, okay? You helped them order their own product and then you helped them find their first 1 to 3 customers, okay? So that's their first 1,000 plus points done. Yeah, and if you can add up 1, 2, 3, 4,000, that's what you need to get to SDVF. Now, right now, if you make SDVF in 40 days, you get a $400 bonus. Okay. Then what this does right here. So the bare minimum to get to SDVF is 4,000 points. Okay, plus 1 team member with at least 1 order, aka their own. Okay, so that's the bare minimum. But I always say, why do stuff the bare minimum? Why not set yourself up for success in the very beginning? Okay, so having those 3 team members then sets yourself up to go and teach, which is exactly what this business is about. Okay, which is to teach, and then teach your team members to go and do exactly what you did. Okay, to teach them to go and do SDVF, if that's what they want. So I always say to get to SC, you usually need about 4 team members, okay, because not everyone's going to want to, fast track and rocket. And then you help these guys. So maybe this person just found 1, okay, team member, but they found 2. Okay, maybe this person went out and found 2, okay, just by sharing the benefits. And you helped these guys do exactly the first step. Order their product and help them find their first 1 to 3 customers. That's going to be 1,000 points plus. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4,000. This person's at SDVO. Then this person does 2,000 because they're a rock star and they found lots of customers. Okay, that's 4,000. Okay, and then this person did 3,000. So they're at SDVF each. Okay, you've helped them. And guess what? This is a teaching business. So each time you help someone get to SDVF, you also get a $400 bonus if you help them do it within the first 40 days as well. So that's, again, $400 bonus each time you help someone. And then this person got to DVF, so they pick up their $100 bonus. And then that's you at SC. So to get to SC, the prerequisite is, okay, to help 2 people to SDVF and 1 person to DVF. If you do that, you not only get the teacher bonuses for helping them, but you also get an SC bonus of $600. Okay, now this really tests my maths. So that's 18, so that's 19, so that's about 2K. And in there, okay, is another $200 bonus for qualifying your business. So if you get to SCVF by doing it the smart way, by doing it the fun way, the easier way, and inspiring people from the very beginning. Now, I don't mean roping people in, okay, I mean actually reaching out to people that want to see what we're up to, that want to see a better way, okay, and setting yourself up for SDVF the easy way, and then to go into SC. Because all it is you get to SDVF and help other people do the same. And in the first, in your first 30, 60, 90 days, earning that $2,000 plus, okay, just in bonuses alone, that's just in bonuses, not to mention retail profit and commission. It's a nice little stepping stone for you to really gain momentum and start your business off with a bang and really get the wheels turning. Because what happens, you're pedaling up a hill on a bike, and then you get to that downward and it's like, wow, the momentum takes you, gravity takes you, it takes you down that hill, and it will take you for a strong while. Yeah. And that's exactly what this does in your business is you're pedaling, and the momentum goes, okay, and you keep rolling with it. So this is really to help you guys set up for that strong start in the very beginning. And I really encourage you guys to make it as simple and duplicatable as possible. Have a tracking, have a little book dedicated to Juice Plus, have your points in one column, and as you get orders, having that, and then teach your team to do the same. Okay, teach your team to go and have that book. And as you go, you can not just track your orders, but you can help track other people's orders as well. And they're tracking their own. Okay, so everyone, it's just easy, it's duplicatable, and you can teach that to anyone. And really plugging into the system, which takes me to really encouraging you guys to take as many notes as possible. We're going to hear from Lauren Farrow, who's been in the business. I wish I knew a bit more, but she's been in the business a little while now. I actually met Lauren when she came to, I think it was a 90-day game plan. She's a gorgeous girl. I think she lives out somewhere in country, maybe New South Wales or Victoria, and she's a mama and she's worked super hard in her business. So I'm going to find her, just like give me a wave so I can like find you through the oh, there she is. Find you through the mounds of people. Awesome. Hey, Lauren. Ooh. Hang on. Can you unmute yourself? No. Give me 2 seconds.
There we go. That's done it.
Awesome. Awesome. So maybe, Lauren, introduce yourself, because I totally got most of that probably wrong. You can introduce yourself and share a little bit about your story, and then I'll ask you some questions.
Sure. Thanks, Loz. Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Farrow. I have been with Juice Plus. Next week will be 12 months. So that's a bit exciting. I do live way out in country Victoria, on the New South border in a little town called Lake Boga, which is just near Swan Hill. And so Juice Plus came into my life, like I said, 12 months ago. I wasn't really looking for a business or anything. I was looking for the product side of things. And I was at home on maternity leave with a 4-month-old, my son, and wanted to get back into health and fitness that I was doing prior to having him, which was quite a high level, but didn't have the energy to get through day to day. And so I knew I needed a bit more in my body to be able to get back to exercising. So I researched all your protein powders and your pre and post workouts and all that sort of stuff, but found it all a bit too overwhelming and was quite worried about it because I'm breastfeeding as well. So I came across a friend who was in a similar situation to me and was doing some program on Facebook. So I just reached out and asked her about it. And the rest is history, really. She got me on the phone, told me about the product, and I just said, okay, well, there's obviously business with it, and tell me about that too. I didn't think of it as a business. I just thought of it as maybe it could be something that I could, just pay for my own products. That was my why in the beginning. And look, I started the business and the product on the same day. I had already said yes before even going to the event. I had no idea, what I was even getting into when I logged on to watch the event that night. I honestly said yes to the business because I trusted and respected the person or Trish, who was introducing me to the product, and it was as simple as that. I thought if she's doing it, then it'll be good. So jumped on and watched an event that it was Mummies on a Mission, and Loz was one of the presenters, I remember, and just said, yep, let's do this. And I spent the next probably 2 to 3 weeks just obsessed with finding out everything about Juice Plus. So like I said, I was at home on maternity leave with my baby, and every time I was feeding or he was sleeping or anything, I just watched all the recordings on Freestyle, and read everything up on it and got to know all there was to know about it. Going back 12 months, trainings like this, we had about 40 or 50 people on. There wasn't as many recordings, so it wasn't quite as overwhelming as what the groups might be now to someone new. But I just, like I said, gave into the process and learned everything that I could. And then just started to, from the beginning, started sharing and doing that, doing the DMO. So when I started, I was a Facebook scroller, not a poster. So that was something I had to learn to do. But I very quickly understood that me posting on Facebook about something that was working well for me, not salesy, but just what was, what was working well, and my benefits. I understood that, people would see that and want to find out more, because that's exactly how I came across it with Trish. And one of the big things I do say to my team when they're starting, who say, oh, don't really post on Facebook much, there is only 20% of your Facebook friends see your post. So it's not, it's not like you're really going to be flooding people. And if your posts are adding value, then what's it matter if you're adding value to other people's lives? Don't be afraid to do that. So I just started posting straight away about my excitement, my new health kick. Started to do, inspirational posts, that sort of thing, little workouts. And then, my results and what I was excited about and things that were changing for me. I had amazing results fairly immediately as well. My energy, my sleep, I was getting up 3-4 times a night to a baby, but my sleep was so much sounder in between. Weight started to move pretty quickly around my, thighs and hips and everything. My sugar cravings decreased dramatically. My energy increased, and then, things continued to go from there: hair, skin, nails, all the rest that we know. So my SDVF, like I said, my why when I first began was to just pay for my products. And I started midway through August, and I think by the first week of August, first or second week of August, I hit SDVF and I'd paid off my first 4 months worth of products. So question just came up. Yes, I was taking both products, premium, and I first ordered 60 complete. And to be honest, in the beginning, when Trish told me about the complete powders, I was like, I don't need them. I was having a smoothie for breakfast every morning, and that I was pretty set on always having breakfast. But I got them for my husband because he would skip breakfast, and I just sort of thought, oh well, if I'm going to be a product of the product, then I'll get them and try them. And once I started, I really, I love them now. I have one every day. I found that, as a mum, I would be thinking to myself at midday, oh, I'm hungry for lunch. By the time I fed and changed and settled Bub, went to the toilet, I would, look at the clock and be like, shit, it's 2:00 and I haven't even had that lunch yet, and I'm really hungry. And so a routine that I had gotten into was toast. I was eating toast 2 or 3 times a day because it was quick and easy, and I could grab it and eat it while I was walking around the house trying to get other jobs done. So the complete powders ended up fitting into my life very easily there. And like I said, I definitely have one a day now, and that's been fantastic. I can share them with my son now for breakfast and know that they're a healthy alternative for him. So like I said, within my first probably I think 4 weeks, I had paid for the 4 months worth of products. Like I said, I just started consistently sharing my benefits and my excitement from day one. I think I got off the phone to Trish. She processed my order. She put a post up on Facebook saying, thank you for your order. Really excited for you to get, I don't know, more energy and blah, 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 blah. And from that, I had someone, reach out and message and say, oh, what's this? And then a few hours later, I put up just a simple post of, I'm really excited for my new health kick and to get back to my health and fitness. And from that, I had interest, people saying, oh, what are you doing? And we didn't have the scripts back then, but it was I got taught pretty much what the scripts are now, which was, take it to a private message and start to ask about why they're interested, get them on the phone, talk to them about it like that. So by the time 4 weeks in, I paid for for my products, and got onto another call with Adam, who, you know, wanted to dig a bit deeper about my why. And so started to look at this as, you know, a bit of an opportunity. I'll admit, it took me, it's taken me a while to really believe in the business. I was very skeptical in the beginning, and I can say this because he's not on. Adam, I had a call with him and he was like, how would you like to make $1,000 a month? You know, if that landed in your bank account, would you be excited? And I was just like, who is this guy? Come on, you know, $1,000 a month, righto, whatever. And then I started to see it happening and started to believe in it. I haven't had the strongest start. Well, I had a strong start, but I haven't had a real kick in my business until recently, I would say. So I started strong, and I could get customers and I could help people to start their own health journey, but not so much business side of things. So my first 2 or 3 team that joined never really got started. And then I had a team member who joined and was not at all teachable, but had great success just in her own friendship group, and rocketed to SDVF and qualified her business, and, you know, did great things there, but then dropped off. She wasn't teachable, didn't link into the community and the training and all of that sort of thing. And, you know, I feel really sorry for her now, because what this could have been for her if she'd applied herself would be, you know, it would have changed her future with the potential that she has. So, yeah, that's sort of how I started. And going back to, you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing. Looking back on all of that, it was my own belief in myself and in the business, I guess. I didn't have that belief in myself of, you know, who would want to join my team, really. You know, I could sit down and write a list and think they wouldn't, you know, they wouldn't do this, they wouldn't want to look at this, they won't be interested. And really, you know, who am I to say that about people and make that decision for them? It's not up to me to decide what they would want to do. It's just up to me to give them a chance to have a look at the opportunity. And so I would say that for me didn't even really change until probably conference, which was only, you know, a month and a half ago. I'd heard it all, you know, over and over again about get out of your own way and that sort of thing, and it really only made sense when I went to conference. I don't know why it started to make sense, but it just clicked for me, and I started to realize that, you know, it's not about getting people on my team or getting people in my business. It's about helping people to start their own business and helping people to build their own team, and what this could do for their family. So I really got out of my own way, and since conference, my business has probably tripled in the last month and a half. I've done more in the last month and a half than I did in the 11 months before that. So I think that's, you know, it was a really big game changer for me, conference. So I definitely want to say, anyone out there who's even questioning coming to 90-day game plan, just make the decision, make the call, go book your ticket, and then figure out the rest later, because it's so worth it. I went to 90-day game plan in January. As Loz said, we met there in person for the first time, and it was a big game changer for my business. I had huge growth after that. Just getting into the room and hearing, you know, everything going on there was, you know, it was great. And my business peaked after that. And then what I would say is I had so much success and so many people coming to me about products. And, you know, quite a few teams starting, but never really starting. But that was taking a lot of my time to try and get them started. So I had so many people coming to me and keeping me busy about products that I really slipped out of my DMO. So when that dulled down a bit, I got to a point and I was like, oh, I don't really even have anything to do today that's Juice Plus. Like, I've got no conversations going. and I started to think, oh, really, I've used up my warm market. I'm going to have to start, trying to build my network more and start a Facebook page and that sort of thing. And really all it was that I wasn't doing my DMO. I wasn't reaching out and starting new conversations. I wasn't doing following up. My posting had slipped, all that sort of stuff. So I just got back to that DMO and our 5 high-paying activities, and started to reach out, start conversations, invite people to the events, posting, consistently, and it just, it picked up quite, straight away once I really got back to me actually doing the work. So that was a big eye-opener for me as well. Anyone, going back to 90-day game plan, anyone who is thinking, oh, I don't know whether or not to go, for whatever reason, all excuses are equal. I'll tell you my story about January though, and why I do definitely recommend just book your ticket and figure out the rest later. I wasn't going to go to 90-day game plan in January because for us it's a over 4 hour drive to the airport, and then you've got to, have your airport parking, fly up to Queensland and figure out your way once you're there. And, it's a little bit overwhelming for someone who's spent all their life in the country. But on top of that, I had my 9-month-old son who I was breastfeeding, and my husband couldn't get off work. And so, it was, do I take him and then do I take him to 90-day game plan? But then, that's what do I do once I get off the plane? Like car seats and buses and motels and porta cots, and it was just too much for me to even think of. Do I take my mum with me to take care of him? And so I just put it in the too hard basket and decided I wasn't going. And then on the Monday before 90-day game plan, which is a Saturday, Adam messaged me and said, you've earned a spot on the yacht to go for your cruise. And I just went, oh shit, like I'm never going to get an opportunity like this again in my life. What do I do? And my husband just said, just go, we'll figure it out. And so I came home, and him and I just jumped on the internet and booked accommodation and flights. And let me tell you, finding accommodation in the Gold Coast when the Magic Millions is on is pretty damn hard. But we did it, and so it's definitely doable. Flights and accommodation were booked. I spent the next 4 days expressing my little heart out to get enough milk in the freezer to leave my son home for the weekend. I left him for 3 days, I think it was 3.5 days, for the first time ever. He was only 9 months old. Off I went to Queensland with my pump and sat in 90-day game plan expressing and trying to store milk in the freezer and all that sort of thing. It was hard, but it was bloody worth it. It was definitely worth it, because the inspiration that I got from being in the room, from meeting all these people who you see on Zoom in person, listening to the speakers, getting that, information on that. Everyone who's on here who is NMD and 50 Club and 100 Club and 200 Club and all of that, they're just real people. They're not, they've just started out at the beginning at VF like all of us. So anyone can achieve it. You look around the room and think, my God, there's people here who, like anyone can do this business. It doesn't matter what your education is, what your background is, anyone can achieve it. So definitely just when you get off this call tonight, just go and book your 90-day game plan ticket, and then talk to your upline and figure out the rest. Figure out your accommodation and your flights and all that sort of stuff later. Just make the decision to go, because it's doable and it will be worthwhile. I can absolutely guarantee that it'll be worthwhile being in that room and getting the atmosphere and all the information. So going back, definitely DMO. If you're thinking that your business isn't, going where you want it to go, then look at your DMO. Are you posting consistently? Whether it's once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day or more, is it consistent? You don't need to be salesy. You don't need to be trying to flood everyone's newsfeed with Juice Plus. I'm a big believer in people won't hear it or hear what you're saying until they're ready to hear it. So people won't hear about a lifestyle and a healthy lifestyle change until they're ready to make that change themselves. And you can't you can't rush that process. They need to be ready to make changes in their life. Um, but when they do decide that they're ready, when they want to make those changes, you want to be the first person that they come to see, what you're doing, what is all that stuff that you're posting about, and those recipes and that sort of, the exercises and the energy that you've got. You want to be then the number one person that they think of, and that's why posting consistently, so that you're popping up on their news feed all the time with your positive vibes, and you're exercising, and being a product of the product, and healthy eating, and all that sort of stuff. So definitely go back and look at your DMO, and look at rating yourself as well. I'm not telling you anything new. It's on all the trainings. But it's true. It works. Go back to looking at your belief in the product, your belief in the company, your belief in the business structure, and belief in yourself, because that's and go to work on where the areas that you need to work on.
Love it.
So, I before starting this business, I thought that personal development was, I didn't believe that real people did that. I didn't know that anyone actually did that, and a lot of stuff I thought was airy fairy, like gratitude. How is writing down that I'm grateful for the pretty flowers going to change my life or change my day? But on a training, Kira just said something about the book The Magic, and it's about gratitude, and she gave the example of how it changed her life. And so I thought, okay, I trust and respect this person's opinion. I'm going to go and read it. And it honestly did change my life. Like, I can tell when I'm not practicing gratitude, because it changes my outlook on the day. It changes the way I talk to my husband, or that I think about him. I start to get grumpy about stuff or snap. Whereas if I'm practicing gratitude, I honestly look at, the better side of things, and how grateful I am for just even being alive, or, having a house. My dishwasher. I'm grateful for my dishwasher every bloody day, because, I don't want to have to wash the dishes. I just chuck them in there, turn it on, and I walk out the door, and I come home and they're clean. But never before had I sort of looked at it like that. I'd taken things like that for granted. So if you haven't read The Magic, put that on your list, because that was a big changer for me, just in life. Go back to doing your, make it part of your DMO to do your I am statements. Again, when I went to conference, everyone was talking about these I am statements. I'd heard them at 90-day game plan and sort of just left them there because they were airy fairy to me. How is, I am bold, I am a leader, saying that sort of stuff wasn't going to change things in my eyes. And even at conference, I thought, it still didn't really sit with me. And then I saw, I started to do inspirational videos daily as part of my DMO. And one of them talked about if, it just put the example of, if you woke up from a coma and you had barely any memory, and someone said to you, you were a Navy SEAL, and when you're fit and healthy, they want you back. Do you think that you would, work a bit differently, or strive for different things than if someone had told you that you were a piano teacher? And that just was like a brick wall in the face for me, to sort of think, oh shit, okay, when you believe in something, or when you believe that you can do something, you conduct yourself so much differently than when you think maybe you could do it, or you'd like to do it but you don't actually think you're ever going to be able to achieve it. So that was, just hearing things in that way changed it for me, and made sense to me as to why you need to believe that you can do something before you're going to do it. So that was a big change for me. I think it was Celine at conference who said, seeing isn't believing is seeing. So that was something that stuck with me also. Um, is there any other things that I haven't covered that people are wanting me to touch on? Or Loz, do you have
Yeah,
questions
I
that you
have
want
a
me to answer?
question.
Yep.
I put it in the Millionaire Minds book, but I put it in there like an hour ago, so I didn't give you
Oh,
much warning. I love it. No, you've touched on some awesome stuff that I know so many people struggle with, or have issues with. I used to, not in this business, but I used to years ago. I'd be like, gratitude, what is it, what is
mm-hmm.
that? Like, I'm just, that's airy fairy, that's someone for like spiritual stuff. But definitely this business is a personal development course, disguised as a business. But I love when you said, obviously I know that you're a rock star with customers, and just built a strong customer base, honestly, so easily. But obviously when your beliefs started to change within the industry and the business, you were able to build, team, and obviously cross over and be able to do that awesome as well. So what sort of things did you do to be able to kind of build your belief within that area, like business and industry, and what do you do as part of your DMO to help you with that?
Yep. I always had belief in the business and the industry, and I believed that it was going to be great for me, and I could see how good it was. I mean, who doesn't want to work in a business structure where, people literally have to help you? Like, you can't get ahead in this game without helping other people. You can't compete with people for the positions because there's enough positions, and you have to help others to be able to, you know, progress yourself. So I always believed in that. My area where I didn't believe was who would want to come and do this with me, or even that people would have a preconceived idea of what this business is without having actually seen it. And what changed was just getting out of the way. At conference, when I saw that anyone can do this, anyone can be successful at this business, then I realised that it's my obligation to share it with people, to share this opportunity. And there's a couple of things that sort of stick with me, I guess, when I'm having a bit of a, you know, trying to reach out to someone who's maybe on my chicken list, or that I'm thinking, oh, they might not want to do this, but I've got to just be brave and send that message or send that invite. And I just sort of think about the fact that how would I like it if in 2 years time, when I am able to retire my husband and just work juice plus, um, and I've got this great income, if this person turned around to me and said, well, why didn't you share this opportunity with me? How would I feel then? So I need to be able to know that I have shared it, that I can confidently say that I've given everyone the opportunity to do what I'm doing. And the other thing is that, and I'll often say this when I'm inviting people, I couldn't help but think if I didn't share this, and it might have been, and it might have helped you or your family. Because honestly, it's definitely not about what you say. It's about how you feel about what you say, and just coming from the heart. So it's a big one that I've heard a lot. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and absolutely, it's true. So one of my, great teammates and absolute rock star, Jacqueline, is on tonight, and I said all of the wrong things to Jacqueline. She was one of the first people that commented on my first post about, starting a new health kick. I sent her the wrong links and the wrong information, and she still ended up, trying the product, and then came back around and started the business. But I said everything wrong to her, and she still started the business and has absolutely rocked it. So, I've tried saying the wrong thing, but to the right person, it doesn't matter. But it's all about, yeah, coming from the heart and actually caring about that, this person, and what this business can be for them. And that's been a big changer for me. It's not about me and my business and building my team, and if this person can help me get to the next level, or be a club or anything like that. It's about just giving them the opportunity to have a look. It might not be for them, and we're certainly not in the business of convincing people. It's not up to us to convince people, and if you are trying to convince them, then you'll end up, dragging them along. You might get them through a few levels or something, but in the end, you're just doing work. You're doing their work and running their business for them, and it's, that's not how you get ahead. So not being attached to the outcome, all you're doing is offering them an opportunity or chance to look at the opportunity, and you've got to just leave it at that.
100%. Exactly what Lauren just said, I had happened to me. I said the wrong thing to probably more than one person, and my first team member came from that. But I had the other thing happen. I had someone turn around to me 6 months down the track, and I obviously attract a lot of people I don't know into my business. 90% of my business isn't people I knew before Juice Plus, but I had someone close to me from school days turn around and be like, hey, you help lots of mums. Why have you never reached out to me? And I had to look in the mirror and be like, why? Because I made it about me. I made it about everything about she wouldn't want this, or what would she think of me? And oh my God, like she wouldn't want to do this. And that's just so silly how we get so in our heads and attached to what people think of us, that if you, exactly what Loz just said, if you speak from the heart and share why you thought of them, they can't help to be like, wow, thanks for thinking of me. It's probably not for me, but hey, that was awesome. Thank you so much. And I wish I had never done that. I wish I had never prejudged someone. So sometimes we have to look at ourselves and be like, why are we prejudging people? So, really important tip she just gave you then. And it really is detach from the outcome. Be outcome driven. Go for definitely like new customers and new team, and be outcome driven, but don't be focused and attached to that no, or that go away, or that maybe, or maybe it's not for me, or they ignore you, because that's when we get so inside our head, and definitely just so, I guess, not in action, because we're so fearful of what the outcome's going to be. So one last, actually, you do consistently on a day-to-day basis in terms of your DMO to help build your business now? I know obviously it's in solo moments around babies and full-time being a mum and a wife and stuff like that. So what do you do on a day-to-day basis?
I have actually, I'll try and even find it while I'm talking to you. I have actually just developed, I've got a little book and I carry it with me everywhere, and it's my DMO book. So I had to make myself accountable when I realised that I had slipped and I wasn't doing the daily do. So I grabbed out my little book and made up, I just started scribbling it, and then I did it in a team training, and someone else in our team wrote it up on Word, and I'm still printing it out now because I found that the end of last month I had so much growth in the team that I was doing so much teaching that I'd stepped away from my own DMO. So I'm printing it out again just to keep me on track. So this is just my little book that I keep in my handbag. Reaching out 3 new conversations a day, event invites or sending recordings. So aiming to do at least one a day. We have our live events on a Wednesday. So on a Wednesday, I would aim to invite 3 people. Following up, that's the grid. So absolutely use the grid. It's amazing and it doesn't lie. That was one of the things that made me realise that I wasn't doing my DMO and I wasn't reaching out, was when Celine said to me, the grid doesn't lie. And I thought, oh shit, no one's on my grid for the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks or however long it was, because I wasn't reaching out. I wasn't starting the conversations. Because it was something new in my life and something that I wasn't part of my routine, I've added on my I am statements and my personal development, which is down here. So watching a video, and I literally get onto YouTube, like every time I get in the car, you've heard it on here before, University on Wheels. I just go to YouTube and type in inspirational video, and the first 3 or 4 that pop up, I've watched them probably a dozen times each, and they still give me goosebumps, and they still change the way that I'm thinking at that time, and put me on the right projection. So I've got my goals, customer care, and catching up with my team, and a couple of like inspirational quotes there, which change each day. So, you know, I've got a few printed out for the next few days to just make me accountable. And then once I feel like I'm back on the right track with those, I probably won't print them out anymore. I'll just go back to writing them up each day and putting a tick box there because, you know, like I said, I need to be accountable. I need to be able to tick off that I've done those 3 reach outs, fill in those names, that sort of thing. So that's my DMO for the day, pretty much.
I love it. You're putting me to shame. Seriously, I don't print organizational pages out, but I love it. That's such a good idea.
I only print them out when I know that I'm slipping. Like if I can look at it and be like, this isn't daily, you know, every day I know I'm not reaching my targets. So I print it out to make it, to get me back on track. And then I'll just start writing them out again because it'll become my daily do. But if I've slipped from my routine, I make it a bit more visual, a bit more accountability in it to get back on track.
Amazing. And someone asked, where do you print them from? I think she made it and she prints them herself. Yeah. Maybe she'll be kind and maybe share it in Team Freestyle. But honestly, it looks pretty easy. It just, again, getting back to those 5 high-paying activities, like we really, honestly, we think that there's more to it. There's not, I promise. Like, no matter where you are in the business, maybe someone, you know, maybe they put a little bit more time and work into it. But you got to, you know, be realistic, I guess, in terms of where you're at in life and how much time you can dedicate to this. But I promise you, Lauren and I do the same DMO. You know, Adam does the same, Kira does the same. Like, we always think that there's this secret sauce. I promise you there's not. It's just consistency. You know, it's just being consistent. And you heard it from Lauren. She wasn't being consistent. And her business kind of, you know, just kind of sat there. But, you know, nothing's lost and, you know, or anything like that. She never lost a position. She never, you know, went backwards. And that's what's awesome. She just kind of picked herself back up, said, hey, I need to pull my finger out a little bit and look in the mirror, and off she goes again, and she gets herself back on track. But honestly, that just shows that consistency is everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, the other thing that for starting strong as well, what we're doing a lot in our team and what's having great success, particularly like you were explaining about SDVF with SC in mind, is a launch event. So when I started, we weren't really doing launch events. I think I was SDVF before I did mine. But my new team are doing 1 to 2 new launch events within the first 3 weeks of the business. And that is having great success. You know, invite at least 20 people to your launch. Like I said, you know, it's not about whether or not you think they want to join the business. It's about giving them the opportunity just to have a look at what it is or to have a look at what you're up to. And that's, you know, it's as simple as that. But definitely launch events, you know, 1 to 2 within the first 3 weeks.
Awesome. I love it. That kind of answers my last question. But so if you could give like someone starting out in the business, you know, brand new, going for SDVF this month, and obviously we help you get to positions by the end of the month. So then, you know, it sets you up for more commission and, you know, more bonuses next month. And that's really what we're all about. It's helping you get what you want out of this. But if you were to give someone one tip starting out in their Juice Plus business, like what would it be that was starting out brand new?
I would say definitely launch. You know, I can't give just one. Do a launch event, and if you don't know what a launch event is, ask your upline and get an event going. Do a launch event and accountability for your DMO. Like figure out what it is you can do daily and start it. I will post a picture of my printout, but I encourage you to make it meaningful to you, because if you don't connect with it and it's not meaningful to you, then you won't continue to do it. It's just, you know, a piece of paper that is on Freestyle Group. Like, figure out, you know, your own DMO. And for me, I start 3 new conversations a day. But if I was starting out fresh, I would say 5 at least. And for me, you know, I invite maybe 1 person to an event per day. If I was starting out, I would make it 2 or 3 a day. And yeah, just turn the picture around a bit. Don't think about you and your business. It's not about getting your team member. It's about helping other people start their team, about helping other people start their business. And then it's pay it forward. It will come back to you in the end if you're just thinking about helping others. That's all the business is.
Love it. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your time. I know so many people in here have seen your journey and so proud. You're awesome. And you are so down to earth. I've met you in person. So down to earth. So amazing. And we have 1 minute until our next call. But thank you so much, Lauren. And look out, guys, for that picture in Team Freestyle.